Hey guys, my name is Elena and welcome to my YouTube channel. So this is my first ever YouTube video. For my first video I thought I should talk about procrastination. Guess why? Yeah, because I've been procrastinating on starting this for sure. So we're going to talk about how to cure procrastination, my tips and tricks for getting stuff done and moving forward. So when we procrastinate, it's usually because we're stressed about something and we're not looking forward to doing it. It's a reaction to stress. So you'll notice things that you enjoy doing, things you genuinely enjoy doing, that are fun or whatever, you don't procrastinate on that, right? That's easy. It just happens. You do it. That's what you get going on first, right? So what we procrastinate on are things that cause stress. So if procrastination is a bad habit triggered by stress, what's the first thing you can do when you start to feel stressed? The best thing you can do is sit still, be mindful and conscious of what's happening. Think to yourself, okay, I'm feeling kind of stressed right now. I know there's this thing I really am putting off doing. I don't want to do it. I know I have to at some point. I do need to do this task. So first acknowledge what's happening. Be mindful of what's happening. And also acknowledge the fact that, yes, this is something that I can fight, and I will fight it because I need to get shit done. Technique you can employ in battling procrastination is to just sit down and just get started on something. The hardest part is always getting started. I've definitely noticed this with myself, that whatever it is that you're avoiding, as soon as you just get started with one little part of it, even if you're not attacking the main issue, you start to feel better about yourself once you've just gotten something done. And when that starts to happen, when you have gotten something accomplished, it's a lot easier to keep the ball rolling, and you start to pick up bigger tasks and you kind of fall into it and you continue and you get it done. So easier said than done, but just getting started, we need to acknowledge that, yeah, that's the hardest part. So if you can force yourself to just get started, great. A lot of people can't really do that. So what's the next thing you can do? Break your task down into smaller bits. So whatever the big project is that you're concerned about getting done, that you're procrastinating on, try to break that down into smaller pieces and then just focus on one. When you look at the whole thing, it's overwhelming. Look at it in bite-sized pieces and get started with just one of those things. And like I said, that'll get the ball rolling. Once you do one part of it, you're gonna be like, oh, that's not so bad, and hey, while I'm here, I might as well keep going. What's the next thing? Another thing you can do to also break down the overall scope of a project is to create a schedule for yourself. So say you have a week to do some science project. You can break down the different parts of what's gonna be involved in that science project. Maybe there's a writing portion, maybe there's a poster board, or whatever the different elements are. Create a schedule for yourself to break that down into the bite-sized pieces that we're talking about. Because having a schedule, writing it down is super helpful, and being able to look at that and say, okay, today I know that if I get this one thing done, I'm on track, I'm on schedule, and I'm one step closer to my overall goal of completing this larger task, right? So that's going to help you get to your end goal and stay calm, and having an idea in your mind that you know you're on track is just very reassuring, right? So another really important thing to do is to eliminate distractions. So, you know, these things, very distracting. Any technology that you know is a problem, be honest with yourself. Maybe silence your phone. I mean, you might be using your phone for work or whatever it is you're doing, but if you can just put it on, you know, airplane mode or whatever you can do to kind of silence your technology, and just keep working on whatever you do need to have turned on. I know technology is a big issue for people, so technology, silence or turn it off. And then if you're working at home, as many people are right now with the COVID situation, a lot of people struggle with distractions at home. You know, you look around and you're like, oh, I really need to wash those dishes, or oh gosh, I forgot to make my bed or feed the cat or whatever. So your home environment can be a huge distraction. So if you are working from home, it's great to kind of create a little sanctuary for yourself, a little home office where it's as distraction free as you can make it. If that's not going to work, completely change your environment. I know a lot of places aren't open right now, but there is outdoor seating at coffee shops, so you can go to a park. I mean, maybe if you need Wi-Fi, that's not a good idea, but you get what I'm saying. So change your environment to make it more conducive to you being successful, because that's one more struggle on top of everything else that you don't want to have to deal with, is a distracting environment. So take care of that. Okay, so another thing you can do is set the bar low. Why would you want to set the bar low? Well, because when you set the bar low, your brain is thinking, oh, I don't really have that much to do, and so it seems more tangible, you can really get it done. So you go ahead and you start working on it, and then once you do get it done, because it's a small enough task that you can in a short period of time, then you feel good about yourself. You're like, oh wow, that was not so bad, I got that done, I feel good about myself. When you start getting that positive reinforcement, you have positive energy flowing, and then you're going to be more likely to keep that ball rolling and move on to the next part of whatever it is you have to get done. Another thing you can do is prioritize. Take a look at what it is you have to do in the day and pick the one thing that you know you're dreading the most. So whatever that one thing is that you're really, you know you're going to be putting that off till the very end, and then by the time it's evening and you're just not going to get it done, right? So what is that one thing that you know you're going to procrastinate on the most? Isolate that, and that is what you're going to commit to attacking first thing when you start your day. So you prioritize the most difficult thing, and you get that done first. Just get it done first thing in the morning, and then you're going to feel so much more positive momentum from that even if you don't get that much else accomplished that day, having that one thing done is going to be such a relief, because that's what you were dreading the most. And finally, create artificial deadlines. What does that mean? So creating artificial deadlines for yourself will force you to get something done in less time than if you didn't have a deadline set and you dragged it out. So what people tend to do is, you know, you have an hour to do something. You're gonna, if you're procrastinating, you're gonna take that whole hour to do that one thing. When really, you can actually do that task in 10 minutes. So setting deadlines for yourself that aren't real deadlines. When you don't want to do something, you drag it out. That's the whole point of this problem, right? So give yourself deadlines, and if it helps, text your sister or your mom or your boyfriend, and that'll help keep you accountable. Just tell them, hey, I'm doing this for the next 15 minutes. When I'm done, you'll know because I'll send you a quick text or something. I don't know. Just letting people know your schedule or writing down your schedule will really help. It'll keep you accountable. It's kind of like with a diet or exercise. You know, you have a running buddy or just someone that you tell all the details of what you're doing, and they help keep you accountable. Even if they don't check in with you, just the fact that you verbally told someone or you've texted it to someone, that's enough for you to feel like, oh gosh, I really do need to do this thing because I told so-and-so that I would. And you'll feel bad then if you don't. So that can really help. So remember, procrastination is a habit. It's a stress-induced habit. And habits are hard to break. The good news is you can break them, right? So go ahead and try some of these techniques out, and I'd be interested to know what works for y'all, and or if anyone has any other cool ideas that they've found useful in your life. Let me know in the comments. I'd like to exchange ideas. That's the whole point of this, right? At least I think that's the point of YouTube. But you learn and share ideas. Not everyone, but for me, okay. So yeah, please don't let procrastination define you. You don't want to use language like, oh, I'm a procrastinator. I always procrastinate. Using negative language, it's only going to reinforce those ideas in your mind, and you're gonna really start to believe that you are a procrastinator, and it's going to become an even bigger problem for you because of that negativity that you're ingraining into your own mind, and it's not good. Don't let it define you. Don't use language like that. Calling yourself a procrastinator, you will be a procrastinator. You will continue to be a procrastinator if you talk that way. You want to use more positive language, especially because, you know, the fact is that it's a bad habit. So instead of saying, I'm a procrastinator, say, I have a bad habit of procrastinating. And it's something that I'm working on. I know you guys, everyone struggles with this, so we'll support each other. And yeah, I'm not sure what else I was gonna say. I know for me personally, with starting YouTube, that is something I've procrastinated on big time. Trying to think why. Oh, probably all the same reasons other people procrastinate on it. You never think you're ready, right? That's a big one. You never really are ready for anything. You just have to jump into it. People say that they're not ready to be parents, and I don't think anyone ever is ready to become a parent. Yikes. You're not ready for this job that you've been staring at wanting to apply to, but you haven't applied because you think you're not ready. You're never gonna be completely ready, right? So at some point you just have to jump in and take that chance, and you'll learn as you go through it, right? I've recently started a new job with COVID. I quit a job, started a job, didn't like the company, quit that job, started another job. Yeah, and I didn't feel ready, at least not completely. I knew I was ready for a change, right? And if it's something you want, you'll make it happen. When you really want something, you'll make it happen, right? Okay, good talk. Talking to myself, but it's good talk. This is weird. I'm not used to this, but I'll figure it out. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for caring. Thank you for sharing. Please leave some comments down below. Let me know what works for you with procrastination, and if you enjoyed this and you want to see more, it'd be awesome if you want to hit subscribe wherever the button is. Yeah, so have an incredible week, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.